Anderson Roofing and Contracting is your commercial, multifamily, and residential partners in construction, maintenance, and repair in Texas. Based in Flower Mound for more than 20 years, Anderson Roofing and Contracting is family-owned and operated, and their reputation means everything to them. They're licensed and insured, and they stand behind every project they're a part of. That's why they have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and they've been voted the best roofer in the Best of Denton County 7 times. Request your free inspection and estimate today at AndersonRoofsTexas.com. That's Anderson, ROOFS, Texas.com.
Strittmatter Plumbing, Heating, and AC is your #1 choice for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing repairs in the Denton County area. Family owned and operated for over 40 years, Strittmatters is proud to support these high school athletes because giving back to their community is at the heart of everything they do. They stand behind their work with a 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Strittmatters offers free second opinions and no-cost estimates, and 7 to 8 is the same great rate 7 days a week. No overtime charges ever. When it matters most, call Strittmatters. Online at strittmatters.com.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Lisa Morris and Shannon Piper with the Cloud Realty team have been serving the DFW area for over 15 years. They specialize in residential buying, residential selling, and work with investors all over the Metroplex. Call them today at 469-300-1109 or go to txcloudrealty.com and check out their 5-star reviews. Contact Lisa and Shannon today to find your next dream home.
Rapid Med Urgent Care Center in Highland Village provides Southern Denton County families with state-of-the-art emergency medical care right in your neighborhood. From checkups to broken bones, school vaccinations, sports physicals, and more, you can count on Rapid Med for all of your medical needs. Rapid Med is proud to provide the latest in concussion management through the IMPACT program in partnership with the Texas Health Sports Network. Rapid Med Urgent Care Center is dedicated to providing you with quality care quickly. Visit rapidmed.com.
Thanks to the Jaguar Booster Club for bringing the show to you each and every week during the season. Visit and shop local with our sponsors, Anderson Roofing, Rapid Med, Strittmatter Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, along with Cloud Realty. No one better to break it down each and every week than head coach Coach Basil. Good morning, Coach.
Morning, John. How you doing?
Man, excellent. Hey, it's always a good time of year, Thanksgiving week here in Texas. And, man, nothing like practicing and playing on Thanksgiving week. Any special Thanksgiving plans other than practice on Thanksgiving Day and the Cowboys and Washington game for your staff and the team?
Well, it's fun to be practicing during the week. You feel like you're really concentrated on football. The kids are out of school, so we can come in the morning and first thing we do is get football practice done, and then they got the rest of the afternoon. And but you really kind of limit some of those additional things that are going on and can concentrate on that game that week. We'll have our walkthrough on the morning of Thanksgiving, and that's kind of one of those things that's always memorable to practice on Thanksgiving. Our Booster Club is arranged to have a little bit of food brought in for after practice. We'll have a little mid-morning brunch after practice, and then and then send them home. We want to be respectful of their family time and plans that they have for Thanksgiving dinner, but we also want to make it memorable for them and have a little time with an extended family for some fellowship and finish up practice and then come off the field and get a chance to, share. And I'm sure there'll be a little discussion about just what we're all thankful for and the team that we're thankful to be a part of. So that's a little bit of plan that we have for them. Of course, we'll try to do some fun things this week during practice as we got a little bit more time to weave some of those things in, and you get to this part of the season, and it's good to change up the pace a little bit anyway.
Yeah, great fellowship. And that's what being part of a football team's all about, Coach. So, man, that sounds like a great plan. The Jags battled last week against a good Plano West team, another defensive showdown, and the Jags held Plano West late into the game. You had a 10-7 lead and forced the Wolves to turn the ball over on downs. Let's start this week with your defense. What can you say about their effort this past week?
Well, they played really well. Plano West is just a very, very good team, big up front, running backs really good. So we knew coming in, I mean, they've had some success with the game plan of running the football and playing great defense, and we knew we had to match that. Really played well up front. Kind of got into the fourth quarter there, had a big fourth down stop, and then kind of got put on a short field with quick turnaround after a turnover and had to come back and got a couple short yard conversions there on third down that they needed, and then we're able to punch it in. But our defense really played well. It was 7-0 going into halftime, and then 10-7 there late in the fourth quarter, and it just felt like we had some opportunities there, and just couldn't quite get the stops that we needed. They did a good job of taking care of the football. We've had some success in games, creating some takeaways and doing that. But, they did a good job taking care of the ball and chewing off, 4 or 5 yards a pop. We had some tackles for loss and some things right there to kind of get them out of rhythm. But, overall they executed and kind of did some things there late in the game to get us worn down a little bit and just pounded the ball in there in the end zone for the score that put them ahead.
Yeah, another big effort, man. Quite a few players contributed. Stone, Eby led the way, 7.5 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss. Landon Colby, Christian Claterball, David Hassett, Bentley Stry, Colton Votney, Ryan McDavid. I could go on and on and on. Colin Miller and Joey Lukash. Just a great team effort up front to really hold your opponents, where you had a chance to win. And that's all you want as a head coach is an opportunity to win the game on any given Friday night. So, hey, tip of the cap to the defense. They've played well all season long. Well, Coach, offensively, you averaged over 5 yards per play. Nick Evers had a great night, 18 to 24, distributing the ball once again to multiple receivers. Peyton Porter averaged a little over 4 yards, a carry for 62 yards and a touchdown. What were your observations on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, offensively, we've moved the ball pretty well at times. They came out and were showing some things on their front that we adjusted to at halftime and came out and really moved the ball pretty well. Especially after halftime there, they the thing where we really kind of was I think one of the differences and we knew this kind of during the game and of course looking back at things, we had some big third and short and fourth and short conversions that we needed to get and we didn't get them. And that's the thing, you move the ball well, short yard situations, we were disappointed we weren't able to get done what we needed to there. And there's you get into different things and that we need to kind of continue to move forward from here. There's times we've run the ball well, and at some point in time, you gotta be able to, when people pack it in the box, and you still got to be able to get some of those tough yards when you need to. And they did a great job. I mean, they've shown the ability to do that. They're very good defensively. We knew that coming in. They took an explosive Louisville offense several weeks ago and beat them and held them to their lowest output of the year. And it just kind of goes to show you the caliber of guys that they have there. They do a good job on the front line, and they're able to to come up and press receivers. And that's one thing that made it tough is our receivers as far as just getting off some of that press coverage but we were proud of the way we moved the ball. It's just some of those critical situations, those third and short yard situations. I mean, we gotta execute, and as far as plays that we had and worked and prepared for, we had what we wanted. It's just a matter of now we got to get the right people blocked and be able to execute under pressure in those situations. That's one of the things that for guys that we've had some injuries and some things and having some guys moving around but our guys have done a good job of that. I mean, obviously we were in a position to go win that game and came up a little bit short, but really proud of the effort. The guys on offense, Nick continues to be just distribute the ball, really accurate with it. We've had guys the last couple of weeks, K-Deadline stepped up, really playing well. We got Isaac Carpenter back this week. Had some big catches. Peyton Porter's been running the ball well. So those guys continue to improve each and every week.
Coach, one thing to note, you mentioned injuries last week during practice. Parker unfortunately broke his collarbone, one of your biggest weapons, really spreads the offense out, have had some big receiving games this year. Obviously, he's out for the season. What did that mean for your offensive game planning and kind of that hole in your receiving core?
Yeah, well, that's tough. I mean, we love Parker to death. Just he's such a dynamic player, and what makes him special is that he practices like he plays. He goes full speed in practice. We were running 7-on-7 drill in practice, and he dove for a ball, and just unfortunately, he's laying out, and trying to make a catch, trying to make a play, and he lands awkwardly and ends up injured. And when that happens, of course, you game plan all week over the weekend and come in and practice. And so when that happens, you got to adjust on the fly. He really does so many things for our offense. He's just a matchup nightmare. The way that we can move him around and put him places, just whether it's motion in him. He opened up some things last week. He had such a big first half against Plano East, and then the defense have to adjust, and so some other guys benefit from them having to change some things that they're doing, and so now our other guys have done a great job stepping up. Walker Mulkey, Isaac Carpenter, who we mentioned, K-Deadline, Boston Lingenfelter's a guy that started out on the JV and has come up. We've had some other guys that have rotated in there as well. Caden Jensen doing a good job at that H spot for us. Those guys, stepped up and really did a great job. We certainly miss having Parker in there. He's just obviously all district player and brings some experience back as one of our few starters back from offense from last season. Miss having him in a lot of ways out there, but those other guys are capable of stepping up and doing a good job as well.
That's one nice thing about having a deep sub-varsity, next man up. And that happens to all teams. There's injuries. That's just part of the game. Well, Coach Basil, 2 games left in the 2020 season. The Jags still have an outside chance to make it to the playoffs. You'll need to win both your remaining games and get some help from Plano West and Capel. Hey, you hear it all the time. It's never over till it's over. What are your thoughts on the balance of this season?
Yeah, well, there's still a lot out there to play for, certainly, and we've talked about this all through the season. But we always say as athletes and as competitors that you just take advantage of every opportunity you have to play, because you never know when it's going to be your last time, and always relate to injuries and things like that happening, which we've had this year. But then the whole situation with the pandemic is there's teams that aren't getting to play, and there's games that have been canceled. So every time we get an opportunity to play, that's a blessing for us, and that's why you play this game: opportunity to compete, opportunity to be part of something special. We've got an outstanding group of young men that just really enjoy being around each other. Our coaches enjoy coaching them, and anytime we have an opportunity to put on a helmet and lace them up, and then we're going to cherish it and play it the right way and attack that game the right way, just like we always have. And that's kind of the focus. It is a neat week to be playing the day after Thanksgiving. It's an afternoon game, so that's going to be a neat experience for them. There's a lot of reasons to go out and play well this week.
And what a great approach! Just the mental outlook. I know you're a big believer in the power of positive thinking that trickles down to your coaching staff and to the players. And hopefully, one reason we do this show each and every week, Coach, is it trickles down into that middle school and even that elementary, those 3rd, 4th, and 5th, those future Jags that might be tuned in. That's a great message. There's always going to be adversity in their lives, and just to keep fighting and grinding and thankful. Thanksgiving week, thankful for the opportunity to get to play the great game. Wow, that's good stuff. Like you mentioned, you're back home 2 p.m. Friday, post-Thanksgiving, against the Plano Wildcats. Man, hard to believe another season's winding down.
Yeah, it's they always go by fast. You get into that point in time where you're as much as you think about the task at hand, you realize that, hey, those guaranteed games you prepared for, man, they're starting to wind down. And this has been, you think about the length of time we spent from June, and with the season moving back and starting a month later, we were still practicing every day in shorts and T-shirts and what the UIL allotted for. So, we've had a lot of time around each other, but then as those games start approaching week to week, it definitely goes by fast, especially for those seniors.
Well, Coach, last week the Plano and Plano East game was canceled due to COVID. Does that throw a team out of sync when they're gearing up for a Friday night game, deep into a season, and then it gets canceled? Does it give the Jags any type of advantage on Friday?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see on Friday. One thing about having that extra week off is you get an extra week of rest. They've had an extra week to prepare exclusively for us. That you get a little bit concerned about that with the amount of time and prep that they've had to focus on you, but then not playing gets them out of rhythm a little bit too. So I think there's a little bit of pluses and minuses with it, but we don't control that. We control how we prepare and how we come out and play. So we'll see. They may it may take them a quarter or so to maybe get back to game speed and where they were at. They had a big win against Hebron the last time that they played. So. I'm sure that they went into that with a little bit of confidence, but we'll have to be ready to come out and jump out of them early. And so if they are dusting off a few of the cobwebs, hopefully we can start out fast and put them in a hole early.
Coach, the Plano Wildcats, they come into Neil Wilson Stadium just 1-4. They've only had 5 games with 2 games canceled this season. They'll be hungry for a win. What have you seen on film that helps you prepare, and what will it take for the Jags to get the win Friday afternoon?
Well, they've got a good football team. They're very athletic in skill positions. They throw the ball well. The running back he's one of those home run hitters from anywhere on the field. He can make you miss and chew up some yards in a hurry. And defensively, they attack. They're very good up front, athletic on the back end. So it's a big challenge for us. They've got a good football team.
Well, for Coach Brian Basil, I'm John Piper. Thanks for tuning in to another segment of Jag Nation football. Good luck Friday afternoon, Coach, and let's get the win.
All right. Thank you, John.